Hi, my name is Isabella.
And my name is Talia, and welcome to Channel 5 News.
We have a very special show for you tonight regarding the distant relatives of Osama bin Laden, who came to America in hopes of better lives, and just a month later were found dead in their homes.
We have the killer in custody. She claims that she was just avenging her uncle's death that died in 9/11.
In addition to the interview, we would like to feature a program that raises awareness of the religion of Islam and hopefully show the truth, history, and innocence behind the faith.
I'm here with Natalie Parker, the Al-Ghuba's murderer. We have an exclusive interview regarding her motives for killing the family. So, Natalie, is it true that you killed the family?
Yeah, but I have my reasons.
What are these reasons?
They are relatives of the terrorist Osama bin Laden, who killed my uncle and many more. I was avenging him. I feel that they did not have a right to come live here after ending thousands of lives. They didn't have a right to be enjoying themselves after so many are still mourning.
Why are you so strongly against this family living here in the U.S.?
They do not deserve to live in such a great country and enjoy this freedom after what Osama did to so many, as well as my uncle. My uncle was a great man, and he should not have had his life ended early because of some ignorant Muslims' actions.
Interesting. Thank you for your time.
Oh no. Okay, up next we have a program to show you the true amazing qualities of the Islam religion. That's up next.
Hello. The major tenets of Islam were formulated by Muhammad while he was in Mecca. A central tenet of Muhammad's new religion was that Muslims have a right to fight and declare war on those who do not believe in Islam and are allowed to conquer them and force them to practice Islam in the name of their God. Major tenets of Islam include the belief of the 5 pillars.
Okay, some of the important people are Allah, who is their one God in Islam. He was the messenger of God. Then there is Khadija. She was the first wife of Muhammad and was the first one to accept the fact that he was a prophet, as well as the first person to convert to Islam. Like, go her. Abu Bakr, he was the first successor of Muhammad. Abu Bakr was easygoing and kind, and he was the first rightly guided monuments, such as the Taj Mahal. That's a pretty building. Abbas, he helped re-strengthen Persia and tolerated non-Muslims while strengthening their own empire. Abraham, the forefather of Islam, he is mentioned a lot in the Quran. He gives people a sense of religious and moral obligations. Fatima bint Muhammad, she was the daughter.
The important places are Medina, Mecca, Damascus and Jerusalem, Baghdad, and most cities during the Golden Age.
Important events. In 570 CE, Muhammad, the messenger of God and founder of Islam, was born. In 610 CE, Muhammad is visited by the angel Gabriel, telling him he is the messenger of God, and eventually the angel told him to begin proclaiming God's message. In 622, Muhammad and his followers flee to Medina, and the Islamic calendar begins. In 632, Muhammad dies a sudden death on June 8th, provoking the controversy on who will be the next leader. Soon after, Abu Bakr was chosen as the first caliph. The year of 633 marks the beginning of Muslim conquest, and in 633 to 642, Muslim armies take the first Fertile Crescent.
The major tenets of Islam influence Islam today because the people still follow the 5 pillars and recite the prayers at the correct times. Muslims, for the most part, still follow the same beliefs that they did when Islam was first created. Muslims still make their pilgrimage to the Hajj, to Kaaba, and fast and avoid sinning during the season of Ramadan. The important events for the Islamic people are still acknowledged and followed. When Muhammad died, he sparked controversy over the next leader, and that controversy eventually led to 2 different sects of Muslim forming, the Shiites and the Sunnis. Also, there was a rivalry back then between the 2 sects, and there still is rivalry now. Today there are still Muslim conquests as there were hundreds of years ago. Muhammad is still recognized for being the messenger of God. The important places of the time influence Islam today because cities such as Medina, Mecca, Damascus, Jerusalem, and Baghdad are still important to current Islamic culture. Furthermore, Muslims today still try to make their yearly pilgrimage to the Kaaba in Mecca. Many of these cities still flourish today, as so many of them did back then. Medina and Mecca are still homes to many Islamic people, which show Islamic strength. Many of the economies of these cities still flourish back as they do today. The important places of Islam still influence Muslim today because Allah, who was the only Muslim God hundreds of years ago, is still the only Muslim God, and he is still worshipped above all else for all Muslims, just as he was then. Furthermore, Muhammad is still regarded as the prophet for Islam who held the seal of the prophets. As stated in the Salat, there is still no other God from Allah, and Muhammad is just the prophet and should not be worshipped. After all of these years, Abraham is still viewed as the forefather of Islam, although he is also of significance to Christians and Jews. Also, Khadija and Fatima bint Muhammad are still looked upon as being one of the 4 women of paradise for Islam, and the other 2 are Miriam and Asiya, and all 4 are still hugely respected. Overall, modern-day Islam is hugely impacted by the events that shaped it years ago.
We done?
Yay!
Thank you for watching Channel 5 News. We hope you enjoyed our program and learned a little bit more about the Islamic religion.